Hi guys, Kyung here, and we're going to continue with the Gnome journal, but the first thing I want to do is I want to prepare these die cuts. I got a couple of requests to do the die cuts, and so that's perfect anyway. I'm wanting to make tags today, so we're going to make some gnome tags, and I have this little piece of watercolor paper. It's a cheap watercolor paper. I found this little pad at the Dollar Tree. And I'll say, it works, it's watercolor paper, but again, it's not the best. So I'm going to cut these at 2.5 by 5, is what I'm going to do. 2.5 by 5 is the plan. And then by 5. I'm going to use my sidekick today. So my husband, my sweet husband, bought me a sidekick so that I could cut die cuts on camera easier than having to, drag my big shot over. Because that's... Okay, so look, yay, it's a sidekick. Okay, so I think this is the deal. We're going to try to suction it to the table. And it doesn't like to suction to this thing, compared to like a glass mat. And I have a glass mat, but it reflects badly. And so I don't like to use it on camera. Okay, and it comes with these plates, dum-dum, and we're not going to use this one. This one is for embossing, so we're not going to do that. But this is for the cutting, right? So I'm going to take, and one of these is too big for it, this one. That's okay, we'll just sacrifice a little bit, a little bit of the stem at the bottom. That's okay. Okay, I'm going to place this here, like this, and then I'm going to put the paper on top. Like that, and then I'm going to put this plate on top of that. Double check that it looks good as I shift it around. Okay. And we should have a nice, beautiful, perfectly cut die. Ta-da! So I was wrong about what dies these are. These are not Bo Bunny dies. I think they're Creative Studios, maybe. I don't know. I found them and they are on my Amazon list. So you can go look and see which, what brand they are. I did think that they were Bo Bunny, but they're not. They're not. We'll just cut a couple. See, it really doesn't like to suction to the green mat. It just doesn't suction. It's okay. We will make it work. Let's just pop out the little... I don't use these, the stamen or whatever, the little middle parts. I just don't. They're a pain and I don't use them. I kind of put them over to the side. Maybe I will paint them and use them as like a confetti or something at some point. Okay, let's do this one. Oh, we need to cut more paper. Ugh. Do we have to? So I also have a mixed media paper, so we can cut some of that and use some of that too. I think either way it won't matter. I'm going to gesso them because I don't know. I have a hard time getting my watercolors and stuff to spread. And I think because it's so dry here in our altitude, things just dry so fast. They dry so fast. Okay, let's cut some more of these. 2.5. We can probably cut some out of these. So yeah, this is that cheap mixed media paper. Just mixed media paper, and it's thinner than the watercolor paper. It's a little thinner. Okay, so we did the smaller one. Let's do this big, long one, huh? And yeah, we'll sacrifice some of the bottom stem. Put our paper on top of that, and then okay, now I'm going to put it in this way. Come here, thing. Okay, suction to the table, somewhat at least. Okay. Ta-da! Okay, and then we'll have to cut, see, because it didn't, I'm just going to rip it off of there. Ta-da! Looks good. Okay, so there's that one. And then we'll cut a couple of small ones and call it good. I have these. Yes, I have this one. I should have another one. Where is it? Here it is. We could try cutting 2 pieces of paper at a time. I bet it would do it. We could try. Should we try? Let's. This paper is pretty thin. I bet it will do it for us. Place our okay. I love this little sidekick thing. It's so cute. Okay, did we get both? We did get both. Cool, so we got 2 cut at a time. That saves us time. Take these little middle thingies. I've just got them in a pile over there. And we'll put this away. So we're done with that. We'll put our dies aside. Yay. And we have... goodness. And we have our little die cuts. Okay, let's color them. Okay, so I am going to gesso them up. I'm going to grab my freezer paper board. This is just a cutting mat. See, with some freezer paper taped to it. It's my old craft mat that I had long, long ago. And so I just use it now for a freezer, my freezer paper board. Okay. Let's turn these so that they're right side, perhaps. And then I'm going to gesso. So I'm just going to use this cheap, clear gesso. And it's going to help my, whatever I use, it's going to help it spread. Whatever watercolor I use or anything, whatever medium I use. And I'm just going to use this cheap brush. It's kind of a rough brush. And I'm just going to put a thin layer of gesso all over each one. All right, I'll set that one aside to dry. All right, and we'll set that one aside to dry. It really does, and it's an extra step, right? But it really makes a difference for me. And because, I don't know, even if I use watercolor paper, everything I use just soaks right into the paper and then it doesn't spread the way that I want it to. The gesso ensures that that will not happen and it will spread the way I want. It takes an extra minute, but I think it's worth it. So what do I know? The weather has been interesting. So last week, right, it snowed and was all cold, and then it was warm all week, and all the snow melted, which is totally normal Colorado weather. And then it got super cold, like really cold. So it got to be about 4 degrees last night, which I think is like minus 15 Celsius or something. I don't know. Very cold. And it's so weird going from like 80 degrees I exaggerate, maybe not 80. We had some really, really warm, like spring-like days in December, right? And even in January, very warm days, spring-like days. And winter finally arrived. But it was weird. It's weird going from, 60-degree weather to 4-degree weather so instantly. There was no gradual anything about it. It just happened. Okay, I'm going to rinse off my brush. Okay, I have no idea where my Timmy towel went. It's missing in action. I'm just going to use a baby wipe and wipe off my mat. Okay. And my brush. All right, get that gesso off of there. Rinse it good. Okay, and we'll set it aside. And these should be pretty dry. Yeah, they're pretty dry. We only put just a thin layer of gesso on them. So we'll take the first one we did, and I'll stick it right there, and we'll do the Zig Pens first. Let's see. I have my Zig Pens that the lovely Fiona over at Miss Paint-A-Lot, she sent me these to play with, and I've been loving them. Okay, so what is this one? Light pink. Let's play with light pink. Let's grab... Normally I use a water brush, but my water brush has been acting up on me lately. It's been leaking enormous amounts of water. Way more water than what I want. So I'm just going to take this little jar of water and this paintbrush of water. Right? And I'm going to, we're going to color the tips of this flower. Like this. And this is what? Clean color Zig Pens. That's what these are. I think any watercolor brush or pen would work. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to spread it. Doom, doom. So yes, it's been super cold. I was kind of hoping that my husband would get the day off, like a snow day, you know, because sometimes they do. He'll get snow days, you know, more often even than like I think a lot of other companies. Do you see how this doesn't want to spread for me? Do you see how it's soaked right into the paper? I think sometimes I leave it too long too. I think if you leave it too long, we're good. We're going to put a little bit in right under there so we can darken it. That looks good. That's perfect. That's perfect. Okay. I was about to... Let's just dip my Zig pen in the water. Don't do that. Don't dip your Zig pen in the water. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I made that Indian food. I made spinach and lentil curry, and it was really good. My husband really liked it. He loved it. And then, so in the spirit of like, you know, cooking Indian food and having everyone love it, I made chicken shawarma. And that was really good too. So, I don't know what I'm going to make next, but perhaps I will stick with the Indian theme and make some more Indian food. I made homemade flatbread too. I made my own flatbread. It was actually really easy. Homemade flatbread is really easy. Okay, let's see. Ochre. So, I'm going to do ochre now. I'm going to put in some lines of ochre. I love this ochre color. Ochre is like almost brown, right? But it can like be almost yellow too. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to go in with our water. I'm going to spread it. Oh, look at how it's behaving so nicely. It's doing exactly what I want it to do. This is not the nicest brush, but that's okay. We don't need it to be nice. So there we go. Now the middle should be pretty dry enough. This is my ochre, right? No, this is light brown. Oatmeal. Where did my ochre go? I just had it. Oh, it's right here. It's on my other side. Okay, I'm going to put some in the middle. Like that. And then I'm going to spread it kind of, right? So we get this kind of yellow. This kind of yellow inside. I don't know, maybe even we'll put a little bit of orange. Should we put a little bit of orange? What is this color? Light brown. Let's see how light brown does. Maybe it will give us kind of more of the orange we want. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Ta-da! And we have this pretty pink with like a yellowish orangish center, and that's that one. Okay, let's wipe our board. And let's see, what do we have? We have this one. What should we do with it? Let's see. We can go with our Crayola. Oh, we could watercolor them too. Let's use the Crayola markers. So these are just basic Crayola markers. And again, I learned all these techniques from Miss Paint a Lot. So you can go over to her channel and, you know, she does a better job than I do. Let's do purple. Let's do purple. I'm going to color the tips of the flowers with these Crayola markers. They're just Crayola washable markers. Cheap. Right? Okay. We'll go in with our water brush. Oh, look at how pretty that is. Just spread it around. Oh, that's very pretty. That makes a gorgeous purple color, huh? Oh, I love it. Maybe we'll go in with like another purple. Oh, we have like a darker. We have a darker purple here. Should we do the middle? The middle, this like darker. Okay. It's very interesting the way it reacts differently. Like it spreads differently. I don't know. I think it's a little brighter and a little more rough. Like it seeps into the paper a little more and you get these little... I don't know, I really like it. It's really pretty. Let's kind of maybe darken up these corners. Looks good. It's a purple flower. Okay. What do we have? What is this color? I don't know, because these markers don't have their colors marked on them. This looks like that, like, I don't know, amber. Kind of that same kind of maybe ochre kind of color. It could be yellow, orange, or brown. I don't... It's a mix of the three. Oh, look at that. Okay. Wonderful. Shall we put a little bit of like orange kind of in the center? I'm thinking so. It gives a little bit of extra, I don't know, dimension. Layers, layers, layers. Oh, so pretty. Oh, I love it. The orange really added. Come on. Ta-da. So there's that one. So we have a pink and a purple one. Let's see, let's just use watercolor for the next one. So we did Crayola crayons and Zig Pens. Let's grab just these are cheap Arteza. These are the cheap Arteza watercolors. So these are the watercolors you would get like for your kids, right? And they work great. I love them. They work fine. Okay, what color now? We could go a blue. Should we go blue? How about this pretty kind of sky blue? Okay, I'm just going to cover the whole flower with it. Like that. Just kind of roughly like that. Get our little buds. Okay. I'm going to move that aside a little bit. Maybe wipe this so we don't get too much bleeding. Bleeding of the blue. Let's put in another color. How about a purple? I like the idea. How about this one? Oh, look at it lift the blue underneath it. Ah. We'll try to let that spread. I don't know, it might not be wet enough. Maybe it will help it spread a little bit. Come on. It just dries so fast here. Okay. That, I've got the heater running, so I think that doesn't help, you know. The heater dries things out. Put some purple here. It's okay. We'll just do it like this. And it'll be what it'll be. And I think it'll be pretty. Okay, let's do the stem. This color. This looks like that kind of yellowish ochre color. I should have probably waited for it to dry. Otherwise, I might get blue bleed into my stem. That's okay. If it happens, it happens. Looks pretty, it's drying pretty fast though. It's drying very fast. Okay, so we have blue flowers. Should we put a little bit of like orange, you know, that definition in the middle? I think so. How about this orange? Too light? Yeah, it works. It looks fine. It you know, subtlety is fine. Doesn't need to be. Ta-da! Yay! Oh, it's pretty. Okay, we have a blue one and a pink one and a purple one, and I suppose we can just use up the. We could do a yellow one, right? Let that dry for a minute. Okay, let's see. Let's do, how about this like purplish color? What is this, like a purplish pinkish color? That's a pretty color. That's almost like a rose, like a purple rose. It's almost rose, but it's a little purple. Let's put some of this yellow in here. And perhaps a tad. Where is that purple? Here it is, this dark purple. It also doesn't help that the brush I'm using is a rough brush, so it wants to pick up the paint instead of spread it around, right? It like, I didn't think about that. The fact that it like scrapes the paint off the, it's okay. We're getting cool kind of textures. I'm fine with it. Okay, and then this one. Shall we go just purple? Purple. Grab up a lot of this yellow we have floating around. See how it picks up the, wants to pick up the paint? Oh, goodness gracious. It's okay. We make it work. You don't need fancy watercolor brushes. See, it's pretty. Okay, shall we just kind of do this with this one? See how, just let's muddy it all up. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, that's actually kind of pretty. Purpley kind of blue color. Will help it. What is this? Like a red? Okay, let that one dry. And we're good. We're good on that. Then I have one more little arty thing I'm going to do real quick. No! Wipe our board. So we have a pink one and a blue one and a purple one, right? And we have these little ones, right? And they all kind of need to dry still. So that's fine. I'll put them up here to dry. So I have this this left. This is that mixed media paper, and I'm going to tear corner off like that. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to draw a gnome. Yep. I'm going to draw a gnome. So first I'm going to do it in pencil very, very lightly so that I can erase it, hopefully. Very lightly, I'm going to draw a wall, right? I'm going to draw its nose, and his hat is going to come down like this, like it's resting on the wall, right? It's going to come up like this. This is like the brim of his hat. Doop doop. And then his hat is going to come up like this. Whoop, and it's going to come up off of the page like that. And then his beard is going to come down like this. Right? There you go. And he's got a mustache, right? So his mustache kind of comes along his hat like that. Right? Okay, good deal. Now I'm going to fill him in with the ink. There's a wall here. Okay, so let's fill it in with the ink. Put it in ink. I'm going to use this Zig, oh no, this is that Micron, a Micron 03. So I'll put the nose first. his hat comes up like this. Okay, his mustache. Is like this. And then his beard comes down like this. Okay, good deal. Now, the wall continues here. And I'm going to make it like a stone wall. Right? Okay. And then we'll stagger our bricks like this. Okay. And then his little fingers are going to be like that. Like he's peeking over the wall. See? I don't know. It's a gnome. He is what he is. Okay. It needs to dry so that I can like erase this this pencil, and I don't want to smudge the ink. He looks great. And then we'll color him. Yeah, I think maybe we'll watercolor him. We'll just watercolor him really quick. Okay. Oops. Okay. I'll grab this brush. Instead of this brush. I kind of did not like using this brush. We'll use this one instead, see how this one works better. Let's do a red hat. Right, so let's see. This is pretty red, right? You might need to darken it a little. Let's see. Grab a little bit of black. Let's color in his hat. Yep, coloring in his hat. I'm not being particular about it. When am I ever? Let's see, what else do I know? My sister finished making the Edgar Allan Poe digital kit, so that's awesome. That's in the shop now. It's so cool. She's been working on that for a long time, and she finally got it done. Okay, so there's his hat. Right? Let's see. Let's do his beard. Gray. He's so cute. I can't believe it. I drew this guy. We should name him. What's his name? Ted. I name everything Ted. He's so cute. Mr. Gnome peeking over the garden wall. Awesome. Oh, we need to get like his beard all up in here and stuff. There. And we will do his like nose and stuff. Let's grab a little bit of brown. Color in his little fingers. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, let's grab some more of this gray. And then I think we'll mix a little bit of blue into it for the stones. Let's see. Perhaps this blue. Oh yeah, that looks great. The blue and the gray. That definitely looks like stones. Looks good. I'm really happy with it, actually. Wow, we can take a little bit and like touch up his beard, put some like texture in there, yeah. With some of this like blue. Oh my goodness, this cute gnome. Okay, let's like kind of do something with the backdrop. I guess we can water this down even more. Maybe put a little tiny bit more blue in it. Come in and just kind of like a wash. And just kind of like wash the background. Just break that white up. Yay! Oh my goodness, look at our Mr. Gnome. He's our gnome. He's so cute. He's so cute. I'm so happy with him. I was a little worried. I was like, should I really attempt to draw one by hand? I don't know. I'm happy I did, though. He's great. Okay, so we're done with all this artsy stuff. We'll put all this stuff away. We have our little elements prepared. So I want to use this piece of paper. This came from the Elegant Doors LineDotArrow digital kit, and I'm going to make a tag out of that. So let's see. How big do I want it? I don't know. I want it kind of big, right? So how about like that? And that tall, right? Just a guesstimate. So let's see, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 6 tall and almost 4 wide. I don't know what my dog is going on about. So I'm going to like glue him here, right? And then we're going to put die cuts on it. I'm thinking, I was going to distress green, but I don't think that's going to match. I'm thinking I'll go red. Is what I'm thinking. What do we have here? Festive berries. I have the barn red too, but we can use festive berries. It's a little berry. It's a nice red. Look at it. That's actually really nice. It's beautiful. Okay, so we've inked that guy. Let's ink. Okay, we're going to need to cut our tag. That's what we need to do. Cut our tag. Okay, let's see. We will cut it about, how about like this? Right, I'll flip this over. Dum dum. Okay, now we'll ink it. Ink it. In this red. The red is very bold. I don't know. I guess it'll be what it will be. We will see. Actually, I'm really kind of liking it. I think it looks, actually that looks great. Okay. Do we want anything behind it? Do we want like to put an extra door? Let's see. What do we have? Let's get out this little, oops. Let's get out this little box of ephemera stuff. We have this 62. Oh, these are pretty. What else do we have? This thing. Numbers. I kind of like that. Okay, let's do that. Let's use the numbers. I like the numbers. We also have this, which is also red. But I like the numbers. The numbers are good. Let's ink it. We'll just ink it and glue it on. And then put our die cuts on there and everything. I think it'll be okay. I'm hoping hoping the die cuts match the rest of the tag. I suppose we will see. I didn't really think about color, right? I just kind of... So I'm using the last of my Cosmic Shimmer glue. That's what that is in that little bottle. Okay, so there's that, and I'm going to glue this guy on here. Henry the gnome. I'm just going to, every time I refer to him, he's going to have a different name. Okay, here we go. I think that's a good place for Joe. I'm just kidding. Okay, he's so cute. I love him. Okay, I cannot be more thrilled and happy with him. I like the purple. Does not look bad. Right, we've got purple. We've got the pink. The blue, I think, definitely doesn't go. I have yellow. Right? I just don't know. You know, is it too much? Does it really kind of not match? I might not use them for this since I didn't really color them. I feel like a color that would match. This one kind of goes. Right? We can put that there. We'll put that one there, definitely. We'll put this one here. I'll just glue it on there. We'll see what else we have. Maybe we have some tickets, some other things. I don't know. This dog is barking at nothing. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. This is when I really wish I had my Timmy towel. I don't want to use that wet wipe. I'll just use my t-shirt. Yes, I am using my t-shirt. Because you gotta do what you gotta do, huh? Okay, I love that. We'll put this one up here. We have a couple... Actually, that's going to be great. And we'll put... All right, we could put something else under there. I'm thinking, what about... I have this giant rickrack. Isn't this... Look at this stuff. Look at this stuff. It's a giant rickrack. I don't know. Is it too much? I'm second guessing it. I don't know. Something needs to go under here. Perhaps this 62. It's kind of too big. What else do we have in here? We have little doors. Oh, this is cute. Here's like that one. Let's see. Little tags, little flowers. What is this? What about that? What do we think? I don't know. I don't know. I'm thinking, let's rip it. I'm going to rip off the border and then I'll ink it and we'll put it on there and I bet it'll look great. Right, like that. I think that looks great. Okay, I'm just going to glue it on there. I'm going to glue it on there. My art glitter glue is a little plugged at the moment. Okay, this flower. Oh my goodness, it's so cute. I don't know. Well, you know, the red and the purple and the, I think, I think that it is what it is. That's what I think. Yes, I'm going to get my t-shirt. Okay. Oh, I don't know. It's cute. I like it. Perhaps he needs to be saying something down here. Perhaps that's what it is. Let's see. What could he be saying? The most noble. Herman. Oh my gosh, you're kidding. Herman. Well, he's been named. His name is Herman. Oh my gosh. His name is Herman. Herman the Gnome. And this is his tag. Dude, what's up? You don't want your name tag to be straight? Huh? Okay. Let's grab, where is my, here it is. Grab my glue eraser, get that little bit of glue off of there. Oh, it's so cute. Herman, Mr. Herman. Okay. Let's put our hole. I'm trying to think if I want to stitch it first. Right? Do we want to sew it? I think it'll look better sewn. I think it will. Okay, I'll be right back. Let me sew it really quick and I'll be right back. Okay, here we go. It's all stitched up. Looks so much better stitched, I think. And then we'll put our hole in and we'll decide what we're going to do about a tie and whatnot. Let's leave this out and put in an eyelet. Let's see. I have this red one. Look at that. Okay. And then, what to put as a ribbon? I have red. We could do some red. And perhaps a little bit of this sheer with it. Okay, so I'm going to take my 2 pieces of ribbon, fold them in like this. Grab my pokey tool. Come on. Gotta grab all 4 pieces. Oh, that looks great. Oh, I'm so happy with it. Let's deal with the back, right? Because the back is very plain and needs dealt with. I'm just going to go in with the red and kind of It really wants to leave circle marks, huh? It is what it is. Whatever, fine, leave circle marks. See if I care. That's okay. We'll get out our stencil. Ta-da! There, that's good. That looks okay. At least it's not plain. I need to replace that sponge. I think it's got like a bunch of little, yeah, see, it's all tore up, so it's leaves marks. But anyway, there's our tag. I'm so happy with him. Herman the gnome. He's so super cute, super cute. And that's it for today. I will be back very soon to work on more of this gnome journal. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. And I will talk to you later. Bye.